Yo, what is up, guys? We're back with some more games for the 1v1 Road to Grand Champion series. We're currently at 2 out of 10 matches played, and I decided that I'm probably going to go through the rest of these placement matches, but as we go through the games, I'm going to explain certain aspects of 1v1s that you should practice. The games are probably going to be pretty one-sided, but let's get into it. Let's see how it goes. Alright, for the first game, we're up against Amar MG. Let's get into it. I think I'm going to cover bounce dribbles in this one because that's something I use a lot in my 1v1 game, and just how I practice bounce dribbles. So I'm gonna try not to score too many of like boring goals like that. They're just gonna go in. I want to just try to focus on exactly what I'm talking about. So if he gives me space, which I don't know really how these players like to play. Seems like this guy turns for everything. I don't even know if I'm gonna have as much space as I think I'm gonna have. Like, I don't know what rank I'm playing right now. So you know what? Let me just score. Let me score first, and then I'll start going through like a mini tutorial because I actually don't know exactly what we're playing against. But this guy seems to like just go for every single ball, which is probably not the best idea. But yeah, let me focus on scoring first real quick. Go for some cheeky. Alright. So, bounce dribbles work very well in very high rank games just because people are going to give each other space. That's a natural thing that happens in high rank games. Lower rank games, I don't know how effective they are. I haven't played in low rank in a very long time, but I know for a fact that bounce dribbles, for me at least, are more effective than regular dribbles, I think, because you have so much opportunity to just wind up and take a banger of a power shot. Obviously, I'm not going to score that on my goal, but you have a lot more opportunity to get so many different shots. You can also go for a fake, add a fake in there. So there's a lot of different things you can do with the bounce dribble, and I think that's something that's very important to practice. Obviously, a regular dribble, there's a lot of things you can do as well. There's like wave dashes you can incorporate. Obviously, all the different flicks you could do. But yeah, like right there, we use a wave dash and actually helped us speed up the ball around him. But then we can use a bounce dribble and get like a power shot into the corner or something. But that's something I've been doing all the way since back in 2015 in 1v1. I take a very slow bounce dribble forward, and then I just wind up and take a power shot. Wherever the defender looks like they're least covering, I take a power shot to that side of the goal. This guy's very aggressive, though. I'm actually curious to see what rank we're at already. But yeah, for bounce dribbles, you're pretty much waiting till the ball's right about to bounce. This guy challenges everything. But like right here, as the ball's bouncing, we just hit the ball like that. And that also helps set us up for, you know, different kinds of shots. If you want to go for like a double tap setup or maybe even an air dribble setup, that's a very nice way to do it as well. If he misses this, I can show you guys. But right here, it's a good setup for it. Something like that, and then we can go for an air dribble and a shot like that. There's so many different things you can do off of a bounce dribble, and that's something you should definitely practice in free play. Best way to practice it: roll the ball to yourself, pop it up once, and try to time popping the ball up every single time it bounces up. That's all you gotta do. Just keep practicing the timing on that first touch, right after the ball's gonna bounce, and then going toward it. Just like that, back and forth. There's also little wave dashes you can add in, and yeah, a bunch of other fancy stuff you can do. That's the main thing I really wanted to talk about. I think in the next game we're gonna probably try and see what the game ends up being like. I'm gonna just try to score as I normally would and see how the game ends up. I'm not exactly sure what rank this dude is, but he challenges everything really early. It's very weird. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's one of the most underrated skills is bounce dribbling. Everyone thinks that the go-to dribble is just this kind of thing and then a flick, but honestly, it's very predictable. There's a lot of things you can do with it. Bounce dribbling, there's a lot of ways to fake. Also, I find it much harder to fake these like lower ranked players like this. See, yeah, I feel like that'd fake a lot of very high ranked players, and that'd be a goal. But I find that the lower ranked players, they don't try to anticipate. They kind of just go exactly for where the ball is. So you actually can't fake them. That's actually a fact. I'm pretty sure it's impossible to fake someone who doesn't try to read where the ball is going to end up, but they read where the ball. They only go for where the ball is, if that makes sense. So I don't think it actually is possible to fake like very low ranked players. But you can definitely incorporate bounce dribbling bounce dribbling fakes. That's definitely a thing you can do. You cut into the side like you're going to power shot it, and you don't actually power shot, and the person in net has to pre-jump those power shots if you're really good at them. And if they pre-jump, then you can just drive the ball in. Simple as that. See how he didn't even get faked by that, but I could have just scored. It's funny watching that. When you're so used to people like panicking and you know, being ready for certain things, and then you play much lower rank and they're not ready for anything, it's just really weird. But overall for 1v1, if you're trying to get really good at 1v1s, just get a grasp of mechanics in general. Something you really need to have a good grasp of if you're trying to get better at ones. Just how the general game mechanics work. Not one thing in particular, but everything as a whole. Being able to wave dash, being able to half flip, being able to ceiling shot is not that important. But you know, the general basic mechanics, like just being able to dribble the ball, take powerful shots on target, stuff like that. That's the stuff that is very important for 1v1s. But a very good ones player can turn pretty much any opportunity into a goal. That's what you'll find. If you watch high level 1v1s, anybody who's really, really good at ones, they'll be able to take pretty much any single situation they're put in and turn it into a goal. If they have an empty net, for example. Yeah, I don't want to score too many more goals. Let's just waste the time out. But bounce dribbling, it's like when you're trying to get a very powerful hit on a power shot. You just wait for the ball as it's right about to come off the ground for a bounce like that, and then you make the hit. The ball gets much more power on it right as it's coming off that bounce. Yeah, if you watch me for a long time, especially in 1v1s, you know that's something I do a lot. Those slow bounce dribbles, and if I'm given the space for it, I just try to take a very powerful shot into either of the top corners. And those are very difficult shots to save, unless you get pre-jumped, which in that case is probably going to be a really good save. So, yeah, let's get into the next game. Not bad at all for the first one. We're actually playing against a bronze 3, I think that is. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, let's get into the next one. That dude played really weird. But let's see what happens in the next one. I'll just go for a bunch of ceiling shots and cool looking goals, I guess, and see how it goes from there. I wanted to try something as well because a lot of you guys in the comments who are in the lower ranks were telling me that that bump shot I do against like pro players and like really high ranked players doesn't work against lower ranked players because they don't read the ball the way high ranked players do. So let's try this. Okay, well, I'm 90% sure if he actually would have made contact on the ball, we would have demoed him. But I'm pretty sure he just missed altogether. Yeah, I think he missed. Or we bumped him. But I mean, so far, I mean, 100% success ratio. Let's try it again. Let's test the theory. Okay, no one gives space in these low ranks. It's so weird, dude. You might be right, to be honest. Everyone just challenges everything instantly. It's really weird. Then the ball's in the air, they don't know what to do. Because no one like practiced their aerial mechanics yet. Everyone's still working on ground play if they're playing 1v1s really early on. So if you get good in the air, you have that advantage. It's a very big one to have. But yeah, I see what you mean by it's much harder to do it against lower ranked players because they don't go for balls when they should go for balls, and they're just pretty much constant aggro mode. I can't imagine what solo standard is like, the lowest rank right now. Ooh, I want to get a double on that. But yeah, guys, if you're going to practice anything really early on, bounce dribbling is something that you're going to find really awkward at first. But I guarantee you'll win so many ones games if you get it down pat and understand when to use it. There's a lot of other very useful mechanics that you can kind of just exploit and probably get through quite a few ranks using. For example, just being able to like put the ball in your hood like that and doing some like really simple pop, or just like honestly the basic flick is probably enough to get you pretty far in lower rank 1v1. If you could just learn how to dribble the ball in your car, I know it sounds like it's really difficult, but honestly, put like an hour or so every day when you play Rocket League, just stay in free play and just practice keeping the ball in your car like this, and then start putting in like just a normal flick like that. You get through a lot of ranks, I feel like, because people don't know how to aerial very well. Like their aerial mechanics aren't great, and when the ball's put in an awkward spot, they just don't know how to react to it. So that's something you should definitely practice as well. Just dribbling in general is obviously the main point of 1v1s. No one really plays too aerial based in ones besides me, because that's just how I play everything. I'm just like very stupid aerial based. I'm too I don't know. I get bored if I have to stay on the ground. But like if I'm playing someone really good in 1v1s, I'll obviously stay on the ground and you know, try to play off them, play smarter. But being able to have good ground game is super important. No matter what game mode you're playing. Being able to slow down the play in 3v3, if you're getting really hardcore pressured, being able to like do something like this, pop the ball up, keep possession of it, and then maybe even turn it into a shot of some sort. That's a very important thing to be able to do in a 3v3 situation when your team's out of boost. Say you're the only person on your entire team with 60 boost, and you're getting hardcore pressure. Instead of just throwing that ball away back to the other team and losing that pressure, you keep pressure and you let your team get boost, and you can start just like countering what they're doing off of one simple control of the ball. There's a lot of very difficult things you can start practicing, or you can start practicing the very simple things, and that's what I recommend. A lot of you guys are like, I'm plat 2 trying to practice my ceiling shots, but I don't know how to do this and this and this. But like, you shouldn't be practicing ceiling shots if you're plat 2. You know, take things one step at a time. You're probably not even very good at like regular aerials. Yeah, you should probably practice those first and move up from there. So to go everything one step at a time. Don't get ahead of yourself. Learn things in like processes. That's how I did it back in the day. If I wanted to learn like a really advanced flick, I just practiced my regular flick first. Once I got that down to the point where I was happy with it, then I moved on to like something a little bit more awkward, and you know, started moving on to more and more difficult things from there. Air dribbling, I started with just doing this air dribble first, where you double jump and then you just go from there and try to get shots out of that like that. Try not to score as many goals as I did in the last video. A lot of you guys didn't like that I scored so many goals. So yeah, I went from doing that into practicing like air dribbling off this, where you have to kind of control the ball more, and then catching the ball on air dribbles. You know, there's so many things you can kind of branch into, but one thing always leads to the next. So you don't want to get ahead of yourself and try to learn something you don't even know like the previous skill for, if that makes sense. See, I just tried to fake him, and he didn't even care that I was there. I would definitely beat him to the ball. Alright, let's go for one more double touch. No, bounce down. Alright, let's see what he got on offense here. What are we dealing with? Let's get some shot opportunities here. See what we're working with. I feel like he's just going to drive into the ball straight up. I feel like that's going to be a strat. Alright, he's not going to do anything. Alrighty. Can he save it? Oh, no. So he's super aggressive. But again, if you get forced into a situation on defense where you have to make a save, he doesn't seem so comfortable with it. Yeah, guys, most important bit of advice that I'd carry on from the last video and just stress it as much as I possibly can is free play is your best friend. Trust me, even now, even though I'm a quote-unquote professional player, I still use free play probably more than I play ranked. So free play is always going to be your companion. You have unlimited boost, you have the ball, you have no one bothering you. You can just focus purely on trying to improve your mechanics, your gameplay, and even your game sense, trying to learn where all the boost pads are, stuff like that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Have yourself a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.